So everyone went long here, which is wrong. And it's easy to see why we want to take this breakout, because price went up, went sideways, it went up, went sideways, it went, made a higher high, made a consolidation, and now we are breaking out again. So it worked once, it worked twice, surely it can work again. But let's see what happened. We have an inside bar, which suggests a breather. It looks good. This engulfed the previous, right? But then this happened. But there is still hope. Because after all, green took out red. There was some engulfing going on. Right? And this red bar, well, maybe there's hope. And then we think, well, perhaps this trend line will continue to hold. No, it did not. And now all the profits, if any, is mostly gone. So how can we protect ourselves? Assuming we had taken a trade on the break of this trend line and we entered here. Right? How could we have at least secured some profit right here? Right? Well, let's have a look, so that we do not become liquidity for the smart money. Right? There's some absorption going on here at this level. There was some absorption going on here. It might be hard to see, because if we trade based off candles, these green candles give us hope that price is going to continue higher. However, if we can actually see what's going on in these red candles, this red candle, we would at least take off at least 80% of the trade, or even consider taking out cashing out the entire trade. Right? So if we bought it from here, you could have cashed out here and at least secured some money instead of the worst case scenario of getting stopped out. Right? So this breakout is really a trap. And I'll show you how you can read what's going on behind the scenes. Alright, so if we're going to zoom in, I'm going to zoom in right now. I'll tell you step by step what exactly is going on. Right? So first we had our trade here. Let's say you had a trade here, right? Then price continues to go up. Okay. You're going to see that, sorry, let me do this for you. Okay. This is the breakout level. Okay, so remember this level. This is a breakout level. I'll even put a line so it's easy to see. I'll put a trend line right here. Okay. This is the trend line. So we know now on hindsight that price went to the, sorry for zooming in out, but price actually took out the lows, right? So this breakout is actually a trap. But how could we have saved ourselves? Right? So when price came up, this particular candle, had a delta of 2K, which means that the buyers are still in control, specifically the market buyers, the aggressive buyers who are pushing price up. All right. The amount of volume is 10K, so everything looks normal. If we were in the trade, we could have kept it. We could keep the trade going, right? Then the next candle comes in, an inside bar. Well, this can be a continuation either way, right? It's minus 372, but I will still consider keeping this trade because the volume is lower. It's just indecision right now. And then comes the next candle, right? Now this one engulfed that, and so we can still keep the trade because the aggressive, see here, the aggressive buyers have come back in, and the session delta is still looking positive, right? So let's look at the next candle. But then this one tells you that there is something wrong, because you have a green candle, you have a red candle, right? That closed below that closed towards the bottom of the green candle. That's one thing. The aggressive sellers have come back again. The session delta is starting to look strange, and well, look strange meaning that it's starting to flip towards the direction of the aggressive sellers. Right. So once you see this candle, you see the aggression coming in. You see the bearish engulfing. Not well, it's not engulfed yet, but it's engulfed quite a lot of this green, right? And especially this number. All right. That is when you can start to consider taking off 50% or 80% of the trade, because the aggressive sellers are starting to come into the market. And if we do that, we can then move the trade at this level to break even. And you took off 80% here, and then you move the rest to break even. Then you let price action play out, so that you not become liquidity for the smart money, which is for those who actually took the breakout right here. Well, they were liquidity for the smart money to put in their sells, and then they became future liquidity when they got stopped out right here at the bottom, right? And smart money then uses them to fly to the upside. So again, this is not a breakout, not a safe breakout. This is a trap. There is absorption going on, and stops were taken out here before price flies to the upside. All right. Okay. Thanks for watching. Trade safe.